Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Uh, so recently I was working on a project and it required me to navigate between pages while within the end drawer. So I was able to figure it out on my own. I already put out a Medium article on it. So I thought it would also be nice for me to put out something like a video for the same purpose. So here it is. Now, this is what we're trying to implement here. So let's get started. First, we're going to reload because I took out all the code and made this empty, so we'll see how I went about it. When we reload, this should be an empty screen. Good, so we're back there. Now, first thing we're going to need is the scaffold key. Get a final global key, and we'll pass in the scaffold state. Scaffold state. We're going to call this a scaffold key. Now we're making this private because we do not want any other class to be able to access this outside of the homepage.dat file. So scaffold key and go global key again. The scaffold state. And then we use this within the scaffold to ensure that the scaffold key points to this global key we've created. So key here is going to be our scaffold key. Okay. And then since we're going to be working with an end drawer like I mentioned, we're going to open up our end drawer as well. So create an end drawer. As you can see, I already have two screens here, screen 1 and second screen. So we're going to have, for our end drawer, we're going to get a drawer. And then the drawer is going to have a child that is going to be the first screen. So that's screen 1. Okay. And there. Now, we can't open this yet because we have not created anything to direct us there. But this is just to say, whenever the end drawer is pulled or a button is clicked to open it programmatically, this is going to open. Now that is what the scaffold key is meant for. So we'll come here, and since usually people use icons to do this kind of stuff, I decided to create a text widget, and then I'm going to wrap the text widget with a gesture detector. Now the text widget would say, click the need to open the end drawer. Alright, and then we'll wrap this with a gesture detector. And the on top property of the gesture detector will be where we're going to access scaffold state and open the end drawer from. So bring it off the on top property, and then we call on the scaffold to check its current state. Scaffold key, check its current state. Current state, and make sure you add the colon to ensure that you're applying all the null safety rules. Scaffold key the current state and then open end drawer. Now with this done, if we click on the button or on the text, it should open the end drawer. The text hasn't come up yet. Let's just add the constant modifier here. Take out that blue line. And then we'll save and we can reload. Now we're going to add out comments to make sure Flutter formats for us when we're done. So when this is done, when we click on this, we should be able to navigate over to the next screen and open the end drawer. So when you click on this, the end drawer should pop up. But right now, there's nothing on the end drawer because we've not created anything in screen 1 yet. So let's go move over to screen 1. And we're going to be needing this global key for screen 1 as well. We just copy and paste it over, and then we could also move this, the key and the end drawer. And now the reason why I'm moving this, it's almost like the end drawer is going to be calling navigator.push and replacing one screen with another. So this is the first screen we call when the drawer opens. So when you call next, this screen will be replaced by second screen. I think that's what I mean. Yes, second screen. Then we should add the const modifier here. Yes. Alright, so this will open up the second screen. But when we won't be doing that with navigator.push now. Instead, we're going to use the same thing we did here, the text and the JSON selector. So let's just copy this over to save time. Copy, and then we'll paste over here. And then this would say click B to go to the second screen. Alright, so there. Now, with this, we're actually done with all of this. So we'll move from the home page by clicking on the text here. It says click me to open end drawer. So we'll hit save, be able to access this also, and when we click on that, we should be able to move to the next page. So we'll click on this to open the drawer, and we'll click on this now, and it opens the second screen. Now we're in the second screen, but there's nothing to show that we're on the second screen. So let's just do something here. Move on to the second screen and add a text button. I'm using the text button this time around. Text button. The text button which says the press property is going to take. It's going to be. Oh, okay. We're going to print to the terminal. We're going to print something that says you made it to screen 2. And then we move on to the child will be a text. It says, first let's move this down. The text says, tap me to print. Tap me to print. Now when you save this, let's add our commas. I like using our commas, so let's have commas for us. Save, and then we can reload. When we reload, it's going to help us. We're going to show that we've actually navigated from one screen to another screen while within the drawer. Now, the reason why I said this feels like it's calling navigator.push and navigator.push is because it's actually moving from one screen to another, but we're not using navigator.push. Instead, we're using the scaffold's current state to check if the drawer is open, and then from the first drawer we open a second one. So when you call open end drawer this time, it calls this method, the end drawer method. It checks for the end drawer to see if it's already open, and if it is, all it does is replaces the first screen with this second screen here. So when we're here, we'll move on and we can print to second screen now. Okay, so print, and you see it has you made it to screen 2. Now let's do something else to actually prove that this feels more like using navigator.push. We're going to try using navigator.pop to see if it's going to take us back to where we came from. So let's just say back, go back, and then when we come here, we'll say okay, we won't be printing anymore. Here we're going to call navigator.pop. So even though we did not even though we didn't use the navigator.push the first time, the navigator.pop is still going to work and take us back to the previous page we came from. So this helps you with all the navigation you need while within your drawer. You can go from one page to the next, and then from that page back to the previous one, because we've been able to use access the scaffold current state to its global key. And then click on this now to open the drawer, and then click on this to move to the next screen. You say here it says this says tap to print, so it prints. You made it to screen 2, and then we click on go back. So what happens? It takes us back to the previous screen that says click me to go to. Oh, I think we have to correct that. Click me to go to second screen. So when you click on this, it takes you back again to the second screen, so you can keep going back and forth, and then when you're done you can simply click here and then it takes you out completely. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If this video was useful to you, please help like, subscribe and share. Thank you very much. Bye.